Hey, how y'all doing tonight? I'm AR.
And I'm Versally, aka Tiny.
And we are
Knee deep in the shit.
Yay.
Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all okay?
I'm great.
We got two guests on here. We got Kimbo Slice.
How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing? And then we got Wes.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes in the game.
The white one.
You took the words out of my mouth.
The white one. You know, one black as hell and one extra white.
He don't like me and can't
What
talk.
they typically call me is the Caucasian persuasion.
Man,
Okay.
I like it.
That's what they say.
Stop
The
playing with me.
Caucasian
Don't play with
persuasion.
Period.
Okay.
You know?
Let's hear a little bit about yourselves because we need to get to know y'all. What y'all do?
How y'all doing? I'm Kimbo. They call me Kimbo Slice. But my real name is Kimberly. I have a cleaning service. And if you need me, I will clean your fucking house.
No shit.
Clean that shit.
Everybody need that.
What happened?
Exactly.
What happened? Hey, look, you know, it's just me being a dad. That's my main job.
I can dig that.
Hey, you know, that's what we got to do out here. And, you know, I work. My name, like I said, Caucasian persuasion. Holla at me.
Oh, not the holler.
I like that.
Holla.
Holla at me.
Holla.
What's up?
It's murder.
Okay.
So, this morning when me and AR, we like plan out our episodes and we plan out who gonna go first or whatever. And originally, yesterday when we scheduled this out, originally AR was gonna go first, right?
I was.
He was. And this morning, when I tell y'all, so I texted AR and then I called him. And when I called him, I was so mad.
Yes,
and I told AR, I said, you know what? I said, if this was one of those pop quizzes that God was giving me, I fucking failed. Okay, I failed. Okay, miserably. Okay, I showed my ass. Okay, so y'all. Okay, so you know, I went and got donuts for the crew or whatever. Went to get my Starbucks because like I need a function in the morning. So I went to go get my Starbucks, and I'm walking back to my car. And like I'm trying to avoid the grass because I'm like looking at the grass. I said there might be dog shit in this grass. So I'm trying to walk around.
Get me.
Yeah, I'm trying to walk around the grass or whatever. And this car is trying to go through the Starbucks drive-through, and they honked their horn at me, and they said, "Bitch." I said,
I gotta be a bitch.
Yeah, I said, why I gotta be? So I went like this. That's it. I went like, and I still, you know, walked about my business. Like, fuck you. Like, you know. So then she started yelling out the window.
It's a woman.
Yeah, it's a white woman. She started yelling out the window. And when I tell y'all, I lost all my senses. Like, I'm like, when I tell you she was all kinds of bitches. Like, old bitch, musty bitch, ugly bitch, dumb bitch. Like, she was the
Hey, bitch. Hey, bitch.
Got me fucked up, bitch. Like, so, like, when I tell you, so her husband was driving, so he
got a man.
Yeah, so the nigga, he had to honk the horn. She the one who called me a bitch.
Side.
He the driver.
They probably shit together.
He the driver. She in the passenger calling me a bitch. You got the baby in the back. I almost called the baby dumb too. Like I was like,
All three of y'all motherfuckers dumb.
I would have multiplied by 3 out there. They would have thought I was 6 fucking people.
Real. And then they get to the drive-through. Like I know the people, the Starbucks employees hear this because they at the drive. They at the window. They at the window.
Y'all made
so they showing the fuck out, calling her all kinds of bitches or whatever. So and then I like unconsciously I started walking towards the car, like because like I'm starting to get mad. Yeah. I'm starting to get mad now because like why are you like? Because I told her I said you almost hit me with your car. I said I'm a fucking pedestrian.
Exactly.
Like what the fuck?
That's the best line to use.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I said you a pedestrian.
Hit me, what the fuck? And then you honk your horn at me. You could have gave me a fucking heart attack. You came from behind me.
But
so
baby,
like,
Starbucks ain't going nowhere. That's what tripped me out. Like they fucking here early in the morning for both of us.
Yeah.
What's the deal? You gonna get your shit?
I'm having a good time with my Starbucks. I'm leaving, just going back to my car. That's it. That's all I was doing was going back to my car.
I'd have been like, that baby tired of y'all shit.
When I tell y'all,
so for them to show out on you so unprovoked.
And then, you know what, y'all? So you want to know what was on my mind when I was approaching this car? I looked at my my Starbucks coffee. And this is how I know I'm like the dad off of Everybody Hates Chris. I said, this is $5.89 worth of coffee in my hand. And I thought about putting it, I'm like.
Couldn't do it.
She wanted to throw it, but you Chris's daddy for real.
Yo, I was like, this is $5.89 of coffee I just bought. Like,
Julius.
Girl had been out in her seat. I'd have lost some.
Just look at Julius.
I've been in jail. We all been in jail. Somebody had to come get the baby. That's what would have fucking happened.
I'm sitting there contemplating, do I want to get another coffee or not? Like, I'm like, do I got time for
threw it on her
this?
and then ordered in her place. Like, let me get her such and such.
Yo.
That's what you should have did.
That's crazy.
I said, do I got time for this? I called AR. And when I called AR, I'm still mad at that point. Because I wasn't like, I wasn't like de-escalated. I literally called him right after
in the midst of that shit.
So, like,
She was
I
hot.
called him.
She was boiling.
Yeah,
Because why
like,
though? You know what I'm saying? Why? It ain't that deep. Like I could say if I just stood here and I didn't move. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to get in the drive-thru, I'm just standing at the thing like I'm placing the order, not in the car. So you ain't got 2 seconds. First of all, I'd have been like, what's going on in y'all car early this morning? Something. Why
are you so abrasive and aggressive?
It has nothing to do with me.
Man.
But I feel like it had everything to do with you.
About a black woman. And here you go. Looking good as fuck. Get Starbucks in the morning.
Took it right out of my mouth. Look, pretty black girl walking across the street. La 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 in the morning.
Yeah, like
but I fucking care.
Jolly ass. They went with.
They like, what this jolly ass bitch doing walking across the motherfucking parking lot? What she got? Move out this motherfucker. And then it's just,
you know what? You might have saved them because they might have been going in the car and let's just find something else to fucking take it out on.
That's what I was going to touch. That's what I was going to touch on.
Think about the baby.
It stems from another place.
Like, damn, not Bree Holland too? I'm tired of this.
It stems from another place.
Was it a little tiny kid? Was the kid old enough to know?
The baby was in the car seat.
Oh, it's a baby.
Yeah, the baby was in the car seat.
Yeah.
See, the baby's in the car. The man is in the cahoots. The female, which can typically be the, the woman can set the tone in the household. I don't know if y'all agree.
I will say I think the man set the tone. I will say.
But he didn't say shit. She the one.
But he beat the horn.
He set the tone. But he set the tone.
He set the tone.
He was scared.
Nah, you
when
right
I started
there.
walking to the car, he was scared. He started rolling up the windows and shit.
He laid the table for her to eat in.
Well, that's the thing though, AR.
She yelling at him. He ain't with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
she
the
might
thing
have
though.
reached and beat the horn. You never know.
She protected him. That's the thing. You initiated it, and then she started protecting him.
The man got to stand up for his woman.
He might not have did that shit.
That's the way he look at it.
He rolled the window up. He ain't standing up for shit.
Well, he's scared.
She ain't standing up then. Stand on business. Roll all the windows down. Tell my kid.
All he did was roll the windows up. Because that's why, like I said,
because you got to understand.
You walk into my car.
There was probably another conversation that went down in that car.
Pulling out a piece like, yeah, that
Yo, when I tell you about my bag, I'm contemplating I'm gonna bring this bag out.
They definitely.
Is there cameras around here?
Yeah, definitely at Starbucks. You don't get fucking camera.
It is.
They definitely was having a nigga-based conversation prior to seeing
now he
you.
going to do it.
And maybe they was at another location and it was a nigga and it bumped into him or the nigga took the parking.
He got that cutting grass.
And then they seen you and then it all came
down.
down on you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like, how long were you in that way? Like, you just was walking by, like.
I was not in. I was literally just walking. Like I was not like standing there in the drive. I was walking.
Like
across.
you said, I would have did the same thing. Just stuck my finger. Like what? Same energy. Like what you mean? Like how you doing?
You honking your horn at me, and literally like you said, they was next. Like there was nobody in front.
That's what I'm saying. Like what's the problem, baby?
That's crazy.
You know how you say you need your coffee? Just know it's other people out here that really need their coffee. So you just.
I'm having a good day. Literally, this me. Oh shit! I got my.
They like,
I put my straw in, like,
and boom, get your ass out the way. You do your Starbucks, put your straw in your shit in the car. Ain't no.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
You already got your shit. Get the fuck out my way.
I'm gonna tell you what pissed them off. That fucking look. Cheap ass plastic straw they got that break every time you try to put that motherfucker in there. They broke that motherfucker 2 or 3 times and was mad from the
But I really
with
believe
no
at that
straws.
point she might have been the one that reached over there and honked it because she on 10.
Maybe she did.
And he rolling the window.
Hold on. Let me bring this up. Now that I think about it, she probably ordered some mocha, some grande mocha.
Shit. You know
Let me get the strawberry.
Yeah.
You know, she throwing out all these words, and he already pissed off just for bringing her to Starbucks. He already mad. Cause he like, this some bullshit already.
So you gonna blame us?
So he was already pissed off. Because you said he was driving, right? See, that's what it was. He was mad. I got to bring my wife or girlfriend, whatever she was, to the Starbucks. She ordering grande, frappuccino, this, that, and the third. That was the last straw.
Your ass.
I was the last.
You was the last damn straw.
He like, oh, and now I
I'm
gotta wait on
sorry.
her too.
You know what? I'm gonna pray for them.
Get out my damn way.
I'm gonna pray for them. And like I said, if this was the pop quiz that God was giving me, I failed. I'm sorry.
So he didn't say one word the whole time. He didn't be like, fuck you.
He didn't say, he looked like I said, he looked scared. He looked shocked
And
that I was
he
coming
got
towards
nothing
the
to do
car.
with it. It's her. She running the whole car.
Because like I'm little, so like I don't think people expect me to be aggressive, but like
You don't play.
They
You a
don't.
firecracker.
yeah, like
Me
when I
too.
get mad,
It's over
what
with.
I started sounding like I'm from up north. Like I just started.
Because
Yeah,
why
she
you
be
take
lit.
me there? We be chilling. Like little people, they say we got little nigga syndrome, but people are
Little
we,
nigga syndrome.
we're small people, right? So when we chilling, we chilling. Like don't try to. I always tell people my problem is don't size me up. That be my
And then I
problem.
had just
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I had
don't
just
size me
smoked.
up because
I had
now
just
like
smoked.
I feel
was
like you
good.
picking on the little person.
I was good. I had just smoked. I was
LNS.
happy.
And
And,
she-
it's Sunday. And it's Sunday. And it's Sunday. I don't listen
It's
to
Sunday?
no ratchet shit. Okay, I listen
So
to
you-
my old shit. Okay.
So you pull up R&B out.
I pull up. Gotta get her early in the morning.
And then boom.
The Gap.
Get your ass out the way.
The Gap man.
Get
The
your
Gap
ass
man.
out the way.
I'm having a
Get
good.
your no. They really say
What
get
you
your
know
little
about the
ass
Gap
out the way.
man, Wes?
All right, look.
Black
Ah,
card.
that's
Cause-
too black.
cause I'm a
Give me
Gap
one of them
man.
cards.
Now look, he can't
Go
say
ahead,
that
go
because
ahead,
remember
go
we
ahead,
said
go
you
ahead.
supposed to know the 2000s and up.
Yeah,
he
you-
gonna know the
you-
Gap
you
band.
responsible, 2000s
Now
and
you
up.
know the Gap band.
But
That mean,
you
know
too black.
some chocolate.
But
Yeah,
you
know what
black,
I'm saying?
black, motherfucker. You know the
Yeah,
Gap man.
Because
and
I'm
the
a
color
Gap
purple.
band girl. You know what I'm saying? This I'm old school all day. Like I listen to that rap music y'all do in the club, but baby, I am like
Sundays I gotta clear my soul.
I'm like the
I'm just
Whispers,
like
the Gap
I wanna chill. I wanna be a breeze.
they ain't clean
like,
they soul on Sunday.
They didn't-
already on
they didn't go
Sunday.
to church.
Yeah, you know
They
who
work
Charlie
all
Wilson
week to get it
is?
in
They
on
went to
Sunday.
Starbucks.
My name is Charlie.
Last name. Do you know who Charlie Wilson is?
I really don't.
Oh,
Look, man.
But you know what?
oh, do you know Mr. Beans is?
Who?
Mr.
Oh,
Big.
shit.
The Isley brother.
If you don't know the
Baby.
West R. Kelly, the chapter, whatever R. Kelly, they did that. I
We
ain't gonna lie.
gonna go over it.
We
Look.
getting ready to put you up on some shit that's like a
Yeah.
treasure trove.
And that's cool. That's
well,
cool.
AR
That's what I'm here for.
So like when me and AR first thought about this episode, like AR actually told me like the history of colorism. And what were we talking about? We were talking about Boondocks. What episode?
Boondocks.
What episode were we talking about?
The Catcher Freeman episode.
Hell yeah.
Catcher Freeman. Y'all remember Catcher Freeman?
Yeah,
I don't really watch TV, but I know who the Boondocks is.
Boondocks is retarded. It's
They
before its
hell.
time. Before its time. And they was touching on a bunch of
They like
social
the Black
issues.
Simpsons. Like
Black
Yeah, they really
Simpsons.
are.
Sure.
They really are. I
Black
like it though.
Simpsons.
Yo, granddad, I love this.
And they had an episode where
Matter
it
of
was
fact, hold on, before you even get into that, you borrowed my DVD long time ago. I need that shit back. I never got
Oh,
it
the
back.
Boondocks.
Yeah.
Bring his shit back.
that's the
I got
shit.
him right at the crib.
Since we damn, if he still got that shit, you know the Boondocks.
He probably do.
If he whip
I
out
got
the-
him right at the
He probably
fucking
do.
crib, love. I promise.
You alright with me? That's that person you get some to. You know you can whether you got it back or not. He got
It's
it.
there, nigga. You can
It's
come get
them.
it.
You
I
can
can
come
dig
watch
it.
it.
Hey, look, I thought this was the
You can
perfect
come
place
over
to
and we
bring it
can
up.
watch it together. Just when he come over,
Perfect
just put that shit on. When he
platform
come in the crib, he be
for
like, "What the fuck? I already want to ask you about my shit."
Yeah, exactly. He been wanting to bring up that Boondock DVD for years. And
And
then
this was the perfect
perfect
damn
time.
You
spot.
know what? Give him his DVD.
I hope they scratched
Give
up. They
him
don't
his shit.
motherfucking work.
By now, if they ain't, you the goat.
Yeah. But that episode in particular, the Catcher Freeman episode, was about slavery. And happy Juneteenth to everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is our official Juneteenth episode
I can dig it.
commemorating,
Hey.
you know what I'm saying, all the enslaved peoples and their freedom, you know what I'm saying, and us being descendants. Even Wesley over there, because that's the blackest white man you're going to ever motherfucking see in your
He,
life right there.
that's
He's a
Wesley
descendant
Snipes. We done
of
told
the
y'all.
of the Jubilee, just like us, you know what I'm saying?
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Might not even know what they
But
do.
Like
I was
said,
telling
it's
Tiny pretty
Caucasian
much,
persuasion.
you know what I
Caucasian
mean,
persuasion.
about the Willie Lynch letter. Pretty much the Willie Lynch letter is a letter that a West Indies plantation owner named William Lynch, he was from Virginia. You know, when they first got black people from Africa, they couldn't control us. Imagine the wildest club that you know. without no ordinance.
None whatsoever.
But a lot more pride oriented. These niggas was showing out. They show out like niggas in the motherfucking club. So they tearing up the plantation, they burning shit. They like, fuck this massa, we ain't picking a motherfucking thing today. They showing out like the Boondocks episode. And pretty much they was frustrated. So an enlightened one named William Lynch from the West Indies sent out something called a letter. And the William Lynch letter, and it was pretty much a guide by guide, step by step way to control your niggas. These wild, quote unquote, barbaric Africans that you now have in bondage. And he told them pretty much, if you want to control your niggas, the way you got to do it is you got to create a separation. You know what I'm saying? You got to pretty much turn the male on the female, the light skin on the dark skin. You got to turn the house slave versus the field slave. You got to create distrust amongst the slaves. Your white overseers, everybody that's working as a supervisor on your plantation, you can distrust all blacks. That kind of correlates with how today, no matter if you're a preacher, a scholar, you don't even got to be a quote-unquote hood nigga. You still is black and untrusted. You know what I'm saying? All of these things stem from the Willie Lynch letter and the way he told him to systematically train his slaves. And he promised them that if he did it and implemented the tactics correctly, that motherfuckers would be under thumb, better like a term, for 300 years or more. And we are indefinitely. So that's definitely the root of colorism. And that's why brown-skinned girls, I mean, I got umpteen amount of examples, but I'm gonna let y'all talk. But that's why brown-skinned girls are always in opposition with light-skinned.
And you think it's indefinite?
It's indefinite considering that it starts with us to change it. That's the importance of these type conversations.
So when you say that, it starts with black people to change it? Or as a whole system?
It started with the black, but I feel like as a whole system. I ain't gonna say that. That's what put the icing on the cake, but I can't just say it's that because it ain't just black and white.
Well, right. So that's why I'm asking.
But as far as us, that's our problem. You get what I'm saying? It's for everybody as a whole, but we as a unit, we have to understand it a little
Us
more.
as a people, we have to understand that concept better than other people because if we grasp the concept, then we can change it from within eternally. In contrast to expecting other motherfuckers from different facets to change it for us. What they think and how it's implemented is already set in stone. We can't change the way that motherfuckers think or how they gonna move. Right. So it's up to us at this point to be like, okay, we gonna figure this shit out. We know the guidelines. We get to see them. You experience colorism, right?
But that's a real perspective though.
Yeah.
Because I've never really looked at it like that. Like I've always kind of felt like it was more on our race to take on, like, we got to change this shit. Because I feel like we're the ones, white people as a whole, are the ones that need to change their thought process.
Both.
It is.
No, it's both. But for us even to allow it, that's what, like, it's basically like you picking out your flaw. It's like everybody have, you know what I'm saying? Because I seen a comedian talking one time, and he was basically saying, like, I don't know what country he went to, where he went, I don't know what foreign place he went to, but he was telling them, like, you know, I like how y'all move, like, y'all the shit. And the man said to him, like, no, really, y'all the shit. Y'all just ain't together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got everything. Like, you can dance, you can rap, you can sing, you can paint, you can do everything. We basically copying everything y'all done put out there. He said, but y'all ain't got no unity. You gotta think about it. He said, that's the problem.
Is true.
Divisive as fuck.
That's what he
That
said.
goes back to him. Like, why they divided us.
That's why I said it. Because we let y'all mind fuck us. So now it's like, as a whole, we know what our flaw is. We got to come together. Because everybody else, if you look at all these other people, one thing about it is you can have, my grandma used to always say this, like, you can have a white and a black person, right? You can have white people. Everybody have problems now, white and black. They go through the same shit. It's just a different tone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going through something with my family, I'm white. Don't matter what I went through. I bet you $1 million when I pass, when I do whatever else, guess who I'm going to give it to? My next of kin. Me and you beef, I can have land, I can have whatever else. I sell it to the next motherfucker before I give it to you. But with them, I don't care. You can have a Caucasian person that's literally don't talk to their child, don't deal with them, don't whatever else. You gonna get it.
Great point.
Great, but with us. Point. I give it to fucking Becky next door and her kids.
That's really lit.
But that's really my grandma used to say that one thing about they passed that shit down.
Let me give y'all an example. So like
that's really lit.
We all seen the Cassie situation, and she's light skinned, and everybody's very empathetic to what she had going on because they seen the video. Recently I listened to an interview with Sexy Red, and I was telling AR, I actually sent it to AR, and it was like Sexy Red, basically she in the interview they asked her what was like the worst thing that ever happened to you, and she said she got raped, and they was like, nah, not that, like it was like something different. She was like, oh, you mean like shooting or something like that? They were like, yeah. Totally dismissed that she got raped or whatever.
But you more worried about the fact that
yeah, you want her to do the ratchet shit, and that's the colorism thing. Because it's like Cassie got her ass beat.
Yeah,
we very empathetic to Cassie.
Yeah,
Sexy Red got raped.
We are good point, Bree. That's Willie Lynch. We care more about other motherfuckers than our own. That's the whole point of Willie Lynch.
Because before I even got to that, I would have said now back to it since you said it, because you got to think about it. That may have been something she never spoke on. You know what I'm saying? So she finally may have got the voice to bring it out. And here you just sweep it under the rug. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You could at least talked about that and been like, okay, but this is what I was referring to.
She's telling you the root of how she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am potentially hypersexualized because people have taken advantage of me, and I've been subjected to that unwillingly, a little more.
I will say, regardless of whether Cassie was light, green, purple, red, black, it's still wrong. When I saw the situation, I didn't look at it like,
it's wrong. That's why women took to it the way they did. I didn't look
at it like, oh, she pretty, she light skin. I looked at it like, this man done lost his fucking mind.
Yeah,
because that's one thing I do not agree on. Whether it's black, white, whatever else. I could be sitting here and you and Bree, if y'all dated, I could be sitting here and you just talk to Bree too crazy. I'm gonna kindly tell you, excuse me, Bree, I don't know what you got going on.
I believe you too. You
ain't gonna do that in front of me. Now, whatever y'all do outside of me is fine. But people tell me, oh, you need to mind your business. No. Well, guess what? That's my business. As of today, she's my business because, like, my daddy is a great man, like a great black man. I will say, if I had anybody to stand for the black people, I'd throw him in the game. Like, for real, men set the tone. It's how you treat your woman. Like, I feel like, as black men, if we treat our women better, we will be better. You know what I'm saying? We may all come together then. You never know. It stems from everything. It's every which way.
But let me interject. Sometimes, just sometimes, which is also a great correlation of Willie Lynch and the way it's trickled down, sometimes black women, and I love black women. I don't say this in a malicious, objectory way at all. Sometimes black men too. We all are a part of this systematic trauma.
Tell somebody.
Systematic trauma. Sometimes that trauma can panel out with some people. You could treat them like gold, and them motherfuckers still treat you like shit.
Oh my God.
Just because of how wrong or how deep they scars is and what they went through. You feel me?
Yeah, and that might be, like you said, that's what they used to.
That's what they used to, so they don't know how to do nothing else. You know what I mean?
Hello, somebody. It ain't just a man. It's the woman too, because to my cousin, if you watch this podcast, you are the aggressor. Okay? And she gets upset with me about that because you... Don't get me right is right and wrong is wrong. I'm one of them people. Now, if Bree was talking to you like that, don't think just because I said you. I just feel like as a man, you have more masculine energy. Why would you talk to somebody? That's just like if I run up on you and I know I can beat you up, I ain't talking too crazy. I'd rather let you get way out of pocket before I beat you up because I already know what I can do to you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To me, I feel like that's just overkill. Yeah. But as a man, they look at the man like,
Same scenario.
You're the big bad wolf.
You're a bully.
You know what I'm saying?
You're taking advantage of a lesser vessel. But I can't say that there aren't women out here
who literally talk to you, because you got good women and you got good men, but you got to watch how you talk to that man too. You know what I'm saying?
You go both ways.
You got to think about it. There's some good men out here and they dealing with the wrong woman. So when they go with the next woman, they don't know. You don't want to get used to that.
No.
Because that's the worst thing you could do is damage a man. Now, a woman...
Well, for example, though, like in past episodes, you've talked about like...
Emasculation.
It
all correlates.
Right. It really does. Because I don't think a lot of females understand that it really means something like to a man when you put him in that type of position, you make him feel lesser than a man.
He ain't gonna be his best.
He's not gonna be help somebody.
Because it automatically puts you to where it's like, oh,
well, fuck it then.
Yeah, right, your mind. You don't want.
It's almost like you don't want me to play. I'll take my ball and go home. Like it's that concept. Remember when somebody hurt your feelings as a kid, and you was almost like, well, fine, I want to be your friend anyway.
Right. But for real though,
but that's the thing. We are very like as a people. I feel like we're very every man for themselves. Like
definitely.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Besides our kin, like you said, besides the people who came from us, like that's who we feel we're responsible for, and everybody else. If you don't like get along with me, you can kick rocks. Like that's what it is.
And that comes from slavery. I had a friend girl, a real friend of mine. It's been 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, we were in our 20s and we was at a crossroads. You know, in our 20s, everybody trying to find themselves and she trying to get into the workforce. She didn't got out of college and she was just like, she kind of talked like a white girl, so I'm gonna mock her right quick. But she was like, I just don't understand why I really face all of my opposition from black people. I face a lot of my opposition from black people more than I do white people. And I say that shit stemmed from slavery.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Just like how she said, like, if you on a plantation and you a man and you can't even keep massa from going in the quarters and raping your wife or your daughter or your mom, imagine how helpless you feel as a man. If I speak up, if I say something, they gonna whoop my ass 60 floggers with a bullwhip. Leather to a pulp. You talk all that rah-rah shit that black people we do now. But then when you really facing somebody that'll kill you or hurt you or maim you,
but that's
it's a different scenario.
See, I think us as a people, we don't realize the systemic shit that comes from it.
Yes.
Correct.
Because I think that's a big thing with white people. Like I hear even my own family that said, well, I ain't never had no slave. I'm like, I get it. But you don't understand though. There's systemic shit that's come from this for years. It's been broken down over 300, 400, 500 years, and you think this is just supposed to be healed today?
No.
Oh, because everybody's good now. Everybody got freedom, huh?
You got
no. Because everybody got a story from my great great grandma passed away at 104, 3 or 4. When I tell you, when you hear the stories, like it's crazy. Even my daddy like 70 something, and he'll tell you the stories of like. They did have white friends. Don't think it was just, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong now. Your great grandma, they probably is like, no. But the generation after that.
It's always been good white people.
No, it's like you said, it's always been some white people. It's like
that understood. That shit fucked up.
Like regardless of whether it was a black person or whatever, it's just like, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? Because my granddaddy said he did have in his neighborhood, when they got older, the number one thing I do here, I will say, is spitting. And I'm one of those people, don't ever do it.
Spit on me, I'm going to throw it back down your
Don't think about it. Don't even fix like you finna. Baby, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be on.
Yeah, don't act like it neither.
Yeah, so I'm going to take something that's light and spit and throw it down your fucking throat.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the number one thing I would hear, like, they would, like, spit on them. And I'm like, yeah, y'all have to take him out. I've been done. Like, my family I would have probably been the troublemaker because take me to barn because I'm finna beat you up probably, even though you wouldn't think that now, like, oh, you wouldn't have did that back there, I probably would.
And tell me the truth.
I probably would have died behind mine. Like, ain't no way like you finna tell me you finna take my little sister in there. And even if you did and I couldn't stop you the first time, just know when you come out tomorrow, everybody gone.
But let me make a point to that. A lot of motherfuckers was on that. But that was, once again, the importance of Willie's letter because now we trading your daughter. If you do that, you not only will you not see your daughter, we'll trade her to Alabama and you stay in South Carolina.
Right. And that's what they mind for. Yeah, it really be a lot.
And that'll fuck you up just as bad. Like we got different tactics.
I can't watch you.
I can't watch you.
I can't see like.
And as a daddy, I want to be able to protect you, but I gotta. This is the way of our. This is our way of life. So we gotta. It's fucked up.
They said because like to both of y'all point as far as like slaves. Cause like we be like, oh, did they fight back? Like
I will say they did.
They did.
I feel like they did.
They would like you said. They would riot. They was they would try to do, and white people too. Like the white people.
I would say that.
They would try to help you.
I was gonna bring up Cat Williams.
Yeah.
On his most recent stand up.
Yeah.
How he was talking about black women was the ones. Because he was like, it was like we out here, listening. But black women was the one who really stood up because because it was real though. It was real how he kind of broke it down, explained it, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, Cat.
I can do it.
But he was making a good point though. It's like, black women was the one because they was the ones like really standing up for the family because they ain't have no choice. There wasn't no choice back then.
Yeah.
You ain't had no choice.
You didn't have no choice.
And even in that, he was like, black women were smart. You know what? I'm tired of being in this field. I'm about to fuck the shit out of this white man, cook him a good ass meal.
He did say that.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say all that, but he did say that.
Okay.
He said I wasn't gonna say all
I wasn't gonna say all that.
I'm about to be in the house.
Which is true, but it's really like a two-way street because in-house and out-house, it's like if you outside, you got certain abilities that you still can use and abuse. And if you inside, it's like you really only here probably either for me to cue
or just take care, be a servant.
Or because you a servant. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you got skills, we're gonna know where to put you.
You in the field. That's what I told you last night. If you a field nigga, you important.
And you
a blacksmith. You do all kind of real shit that they really need.
You pretty much gonna be, the high commodity. Because
you the nigga you can send a blacksmith out.
I seen something that said like it was a man who was probably like 7 feet tall or something, and he was a slave, and they would literally like bounce him around and shit because they wanted him to have babies.
Oh yeah, I seen that too. He was a breeder. He had the best job in the business.
They want to have babies so they can have like, oh, she gonna produce me some of these big ass 7 foot hauling people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you.
They need field niggas.
That's crazy.
They had him on record. I can't even remember the number, but I know what she's talking about.
He had a lot of kids. Like,
he was a breeder. He was literally set out across the American South to just procreate. You ain't seen
that big back in the day. Like now when we see somebody huge, us as small women, like we see somebody tall, I'm like, it don't matter where I'm at. I be like,
I gotta take my glasses off of this.
How tall are you? You know what I'm saying? You acting like, oh shit. But they literally used him just so he could.
It was some white women that would go to the auction block. I've seen depictions, and they would literally be like, huh? Look at his loincloth, chilling out. Have him do a 360. And be like,
listen,
I'm taking him home for my personal pleasure.
So what you want him for? Cause what can you do? He done been on a full interview with me if I would have been her husband. Show me your credentials. Because it look like she just wants your package.
Your credentials.
I'm lacking and she wants your package. Your ass ain't coming to my house. You going to somewhere else, but you ain't coming up in here.
Oh yeah, he field material, but he house material.
Imagine like how they, would treat us and stuff, and then you got your wife. Emily just the best woman ever. Emily May.
Emily Jane.
You just love her, right?
Elizabeth.
And then you don't know she in the shack with John Lee. So when you go and have a baby 9 months later, and his name is Leroy Brown.
Hold on, my baby came out too dark. What's wrong?
And they come out like a light.
Curly hair.
Yeah, stop playing with me, baby. Yeah, stop playing with me. So now he out of happy. You got to go out of line. Like that's some real shit.
Yeah, this is it.
Like that's some real.
But back then, granted, life was in the 30s, in the 1830s. Let your ass goddamn have a black baby.
You think they gonna kill him?
Hell yeah. They gonna probably burn the baby at stake.
Or they send him away.
They gonna kill the nigga and the woman is gonna be beat.
First of all, the nigga may not say nothing.
But it was already materialistic though.
It's gonna be obvious. That baby gonna come out.
It was good. That was another employee. That was another employee.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It was materialistic from the jump.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay. We got another. But
think about how that white man would feel played though.
But
knowing that John Lee was in there pumping and sweating,
I think back
blowing
then,
her back out because he can't blow her back out the way John Lee can.
I think back then though,
and he didn't realize that. Oh, he mad.
But he had to keep it under the wraps though. So if that did happen, then he had to keep that baby inside. Yeah, he had to keep that baby inside and give that baby a duty inside to keep that, like that baby, like he would tell everybody else, oh yeah, that baby didn't make it, and then all of a sudden there'll be a nigga baby in the house.
Okay,
well, I think though,
okay.
I get what you're saying. Like she
it was
have a
more
baby
known.
and then in the
I think
field
it was
they
more
will come
talk.
out
She had a
with baby
miscarriage.
shit.
Yeah.
I can
But
see
really,
that. I can see that.
and I will say this too, and like they say this, like, because all my white friends back in the day, they say that they do a lot of shit like in high school and different things of the nature, and then when they graduate, they marry a white man and become totally different. But I remember dropping y'all off. The bus stop girls, that's what we used to call them, the bus stop girls. If you ride the bus to the hood and you get off, you're laid in some
Bus stop.
There's plenty of mixed in my city, and they call them, you want the bus stop, baby. Yep. Mary Jane was over
Paula
there.
Rose used to have a lot of bus stop
A lot of
guys.
that. Like, for real. But how can you sit here like, they are white people, they don't, when they're racist, and they end up having a mixed grandchild. I will say back in the day, like you said, they might have burned them and did certain things, but nowadays, they do keep the baby, they just raise it like it's white. So are they trying to
If
like...
they came out light enough, then they can raise it as
Yeah,
white.
because I'm about to say they do that, but they still be
those
racist.
mulattoes.
And they don't do that baby hair, none of that. They had that baby looking like it be a lot going on. And it's just a lot.
And that's the
But
thing.
they, they love the grandbaby. They just
listen,
don't.
that's where colorism
they keep
came
the grandbaby.
from.
They might even get rid of the mama.
That's where
they might even get rid of the mama, but they're gonna keep that baby. Yeah, for real. Like you see a lot of mixed kids walking around with their grandparents, and they still be racist, but they don't. I ain't gonna say that they might not treat that baby a little different because we not in the house. But they keep that baby and they take
But
care
that's the thing. If they get light enough, and that's where AR was coming from as far as the colorism. Because if you were light enough to pass as white, guess what? You got white privileges too. Because remember that movie where old girl, she was light skinned and she was playing.
I watched that. I can't remember.
Halle Berry Queen.
No, I don't know. It
was a recent.
She had a daughter too on there, right?
Yeah, like
I watched it. I can't remember exactly how it went, but she was really light skinned and she was passing pretty much
For
like
white.
As a white.
Yeah. But when she took her out, you know, their hair gonna show. I tell y'all, their hair gonna, they got their little twang on
That
their hair.
hair,
When
you
I
can't
see
deny
some
that hair.
kids now walking with their grandparents or their parents, I'd be like, you know, this nigga.
I see so many older white people at the store. I was telling Bree with they fucking little young black mixed babies, and I know there's some kind of conglomerate meeting somewhere where they be like, "Damn it, you got a little nigga baby grandbaby
Yeah,
too."
I guarantee you.
We all got them. There's
guarantee
12
you
of us sitting here, a dozen.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, somebody got me.
They talking shit somewhere about that shit.
But you know, I will say, I mean, that's the forbidden fruit. I always call it that because my brother is married to a white lady, and when I tell y'all, she is the best white. She is the sweetest, but she cook like she black.
Oh shit!
Listen, it's to
Bring
the
her
point
to
where,
the cookout.
listen, her name be on the list like when we have like Thanksgiving and shit. Man, she got the best fucking beans.
it depends on where they raised too, because like if they was raised around black folks, you see that they get like
the, you know what I'm
they
saying?
get the culture.
But on top of that too,
black
even if
folks.
someone wasn't raised by it, their parents just might not have put their umph in the system. You know what I'm saying? Like you could really see some white people that don't see no color. Because I don't feel like all of them
like
bad.
that sometimes.
Exactly.
No, they don't. It was a whole group of white people fighting for black people's independence in certain different categories. They're not all bad, but the ones in the South, unfortunately, have a deep, dark history. That don't mean that even if you are a descendant of these type of people that you're bad. These people literally lived, came up, and abode off of the backs of black people.
So like we was talking about earlier, every white person has racist people in their family.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. It's automatic. I feel like that's automatic.
So
Even
like
if I feel
said,
like you don't, it's automatic.
Regardless if you accept it or not, because there are some people out here who feel like, no, not my family.
Oh, God.
No,
I hate when they say that.
I literally had this
But coming from the white perspective, that's how they thinking.
I had this conversation with
Only
this
because
dude.
they never saw it? Why you think that? Because they never
Well, no. It's not they never saw it. It's the fact they don't accept it.
Exactly.
Okay. And I feel like you should accept it. When you don't, that's what made me look at you.
See, that's the real difference. It's the fact that you should accept it because it's okay.
Whether it happened to you or not, or whether you was in the mix
in my family, it's normal. Like even some of the white people we love, like my grandparents.
But I tell you, I love my grandparents. That's how they was raised.
That's how
you
they
gotta
were
think
raised.
about it. They might not necessarily want to be like this.
Ain't no changing them either.
Systemic bullshit
from back in the day, and that's how they was raised. So I can't be mad at them. I can't be upset at them. But I got to look at you a certain type of way.
I feel you.
Cause even my grandfather right now.
Like that.
See, all my grandparents gone. I ain't got no grandmas. I ain't got no grandpa. I got a step grandfather who's alive, and I love him to death. I do. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But
He has his ideologies.
Just for example, my boy was over there not long ago, and my grandfather walks out. We're hanging out in the front yard. He's walking out, going. He's leaving, and he sees him, and he goes. He looks at him, black guy. He goes, I know about y'all. And I mean, just immediately, and I'm just like, what the fuck? But I like
your
you
black
though.
friends?
Yeah, but I like you though, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
I'm confused. Let's backtrack. So I know about y'all. What
Just-
do you understand?
That's his
I had no
You know
clue.
what I'm saying?
I had no clue.
It's just you just like
Just
she said,
immediately.
just
It's what he
perception.
done learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta think
Just
about
immediately.
it. It's what he done learned. It
Know
might not
about
be what
y'all,
he did.
but I
experience.
like you though,
Okay.
because he's seen him before.
Okay.
He's been over here before.
I'd rather you say I heard certain things about.
But that's not what he
but that ain't
said.
what he
though.
said. He put it out there.
He put it out
He was
there.
a real motherfucker with
Hey,
head.
But
listen.
one thing about it, I'd rather you be a real motherfucker with the worst shit coming out your mouth than the fake one.
And you know
acting like
what?
you don't.
I think
I
that's
know how to
what-
take you then.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather
It
you
almost
tell
made
me
it
what's
okay
up.
when he did that, because it was like
He kept that
I
shit
mean,
good.
at least he
Even
said it.
though it's a fucked up situation.
You can
he
respect
kept
a
it
white
good. I
person and
respect
keep that shit a band in
You got
contrast
to.
to a motherfucker that plays
Then
both
let me know
sides
not
of
to
the
come in
fence.
your motherfucking yard.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's cool. You know, it's okay.
But he's like 90 years old.
And
too.
furthermore,
Yeah.
like you say,
Yeah,
a
and what I
different
said,
generation,
exactly.
that don't make it better, but it's understandable
It's not.
too.
It's not
It's
better.
understandable, yeah.
But
But
understand it.
You're right.
Y'all, you literally
You
were
don't
a
know
part
shit
of a
else.
different society. You are a product of
Yeah.
your environment, the people
Right,
you're
right,
engaged
right.
He
with.
lived that shit
What
too.
was
You
going
gotta think
on?
about that. He lived it
Exactly.
too.
He lived what he
You
went
know
through.
what I'm
That
saying?
man lived
Like,
his
you
own
can't-
experience. But if you are younger and you still hang that, I feel like the younger
was
white
past
folks,
that.
Yeah,
you
you
done got to a
always-
point that where to be like, okay, that shit wrong. You conscientiously
Come on,
made
yeah.
a decision to be like,
now you make sense.
Racist people
Yeah.
my age is crazy.
it's crazy.
You just
It don't
know
make- it don't even make no sense.
How I feel.
I'm
this
hitting you
point-
in your fucking nose on sight. Before I go out here and shoot another
But-
black man and fuck him
but
up,
see, like,
I'm
back-
hitting that type motherfucker in their
Yeah,
nose
yeah,
on
yeah.
Back in the
sight.
day when I
yeah.
used to hang out with my white friends, they were like gothic friend people, you know, and I might not even understood what it was. I used to be at their house, they used to feed me. Now, my mind wasn't on that. So you never know if they might have did some shit, not in my face or anything like that. You never know if somebody racist, they fed you something or
The
whatever.
food
You would
wasn't
never know
seasoned.
because I wasn't on that back then. But when I say I would go to their house, we would hang out. To this day, people tell me all the time, like, oh, they said some racist, which even though I never heard it, when I see these people to this day, they mamas, they daddies, they granddaddies, like, oh my God, Kim, you know what I'm saying? Like he said, I heard about y'all, but I accept you. So I just may be the exception.
Yeah.
I will say if I was
Yeah.
to see something publicly to where it's like a disgrace, then I keep my I still fuck with you the way I did, because if I fuck with you, when I say it, I meant it. Whether we finna talk tomorrow, hang out again, what I said was real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That fuck with you will always be there, but I just don't fuck with you no more.
You know what that is? Humility.
Yeah.
That's what black people have more of than white people as a whole, is humility. Imagine being the end of that shit and still finding a way to think about people in a positive light
hello,
like we
somebody.
do.
Mm-hmm.
That's called humility. And we have that in us. That our ancestors were
I wouldn't
very
say
good
we
at
do.
it more than us, but we have it in us. That's humility. That's Jesus-like. That's what Jesus, whether you believe in Jesus or like.
Listen, I don't gotta give you your karma, but you're gonna fucking get
Yeah.
it. Because I used to tell people all the time who are so racist, if you fell out right now, we all chilling. If you just walking in the store, like I tell some people, when you come in the store, you feel a way about other people being in there, but you knew when you came in here, it was an open community to everybody. It wasn't just you. If you feel like you got to be so racist to where you can't even go to Walmart, go where your kind at, baby. You doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I got to come in here and be so ignorant to you because
Because you know we in Walmart like a
and
motherfucker.
I love Walmart. I'm in there. I'm in Walmart. Like, I fucking love Walmart. It
Yeah,
has
talk.
everything. Like,
Hey,
I go to
hey,
Walmart
real
for one
talk.
thing, you come out with everything. Like, Walmart is for sure biracial.
But let me tell you this though. It's funny you bring it up. Like just about what I was talking about. Like my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
He even said like the other day in my mom and daddy house. He watching TV and he said, "Man, they put black people in commercials now just because they have to." But this is his thought in his mind.
Yeah.
That's
It
how
makes
he gets
sense to
down.
me because
But
they
it's
weren't
the
doing
same-
it before.
But it's the same thing
Yeah.
with Walmart. Like he looks at life completely different.
That man lived that shit. He don't know
lived
nothing.
in
I'm
that-
90
he
years
lived
old.
in
I
that-
can't drop down to your, you know what I'm saying,
He
your
lived
era.
in that lifestyle. That's
That's
how
almost
he
like
is.
us with these little young weird motherfuckers.
But what's funny
that's out
though,
now.
what's funny though
I just
is
let
he
him do
knows
that
me
thing.
and he loves the shit out of me. I don't know why he loved me like he do, Cause he loved
You
me.
might have been the person that opened the door for him to
Have a different perspective.
But he don't have a different perspective.
He don't, but it's good.
He might be too prideful as a man.
That's
to
what I'm
admit it.
saying.
He might see it differently. You know, as men, we prideful. We'll take some shit to the grave. But he might think at it and be like,
especially back in his time.
My little grandson, he's letting me know perhaps that niggas ain't that bad.
Like shit changed. He could never do that. You gotta think about it. To him, it's whether his parents still, going whatever. He can't say, I don't want my mama rolling in her grave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true.
So I gotta go along with it.
I never looked at it.
But you gotta think about it. He not doing what they did back in the day. Now imagine if he was still on it. He pulled up and saw your friend and was like, "This nigga, that ain't what that man said."
See,
that man said what he stood on, what he got going on.
Goddamn right.
And he didn't.
I'm unapologetically me every day.
He stood on what he had to say as a man.
Of themselves.
I love me.
Like he said, the weird people walking around. If I might go in the mall and see a girl with the fucking Cosmo, whatever. She got a whole fucking 2 ponytails with a skirt looking like something straight out the magazine, out the cartoon. I'd be like, I love you. Because you just doing your fucking thing.
Yeah.
It ain't even about what everybody walking around thinking this how they supposed to look. And this girl is just like, nah.
You in tune with your star motherfucking
I do. I can dig that.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at him for feeling the way about that's how he was raised. That's like if I was told to never eat pork and then I see you doing it, I might be like, I heard about this shit. It look good though.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, I ain't even being. I'm just telling you some real shit. Like I'm tasting it from afar.
Well,
look amazing.
But I never eat that motherfucker.
Let me ask y'all. Okay, so y'all talked about a lot as far as how y'all was raised or how the people who raised y'all. So going forward, like when do y'all feel like it's appropriate to introduce this to our kids as far as color?
As early as they can grasp it. Like
understand.
as soon as facts, my exact words. As soon as they can understand, because you got to think about it. And I say that not to. It's crazy because you be like, I don't want to introduce them to. What you teach your kids is what they're gonna know. Because you can tell them and think that you trying to show them something, and they take it a totally different. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't gonna be racist. So you want to watch how you say it to them as a child, because now they could pull the race card 24/7. You got some people who can really. I know some motherfuckers who pull that race card and know it don't be no racist shit. They can just pull it and get away with it. But because you gotta think about it. You can have a 4-year-old child. They going to pre-K, and when they get there every day, everybody's being good. Everybody's doing what the teachers say do. And when it's lunchtime or recess time, everybody get to play on this right here, all the white kids, and we only get to play on this side. But until I say that to my parents, or until they tell me what racism is, I never understood. That's just her being like that. You get what I'm saying? My teacher, because you never know. They could be saying like, hold on, wait a minute. Everybody get the juice box but us at school. But you'll never know that because they thinking, oh, I must have did something bad.
Yeah.
Or I must not have listened. Or she could say, that's because you didn't this, because you didn't that, but you know you did.
Yeah.
You gotta tell them. Like as soon as possible, because you never know what somebody is encountering when you're not around. So I want to introduce you to it, but you can't pull the race card. Everything is not racist.
But at the same time, coming from my perspective, I think it's okay to teach it to my kids because my kids are white.
You want your kids to not be like
it makes sense.
Well, right. So my thing is, I think we should teach this as well.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think
Most definitely.
I think this is a big problem in most white households is we don't teach our kids about this shit.
And then that makes sense. Then they follow it up. You gotta think about it.
Yes.
But you as a
my
parent,
kids are gonna
you
know.
have black friends, so it's a good thing that whether you done had that conversation with them or not, they know. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to have a puppy. I used to say, y'all, my dog was racist because when I swear to God, and I tell my little puppy all the time, he's my little chocolate man. Every black person can come to that door. When somebody white come, he like, yeah. I'm like, listen, man.
Man,
I told him, I got to take him out into the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he might think a cat or dog at this point. He don't go outside like that. You know, it just be me and him. So he just know his black mama.
You're right.
But he literally, and even back in the day, we used to have a pit bull. That pit bull would let everybody black come in the yard. If the male person white, every white person ever came in my yard got bit. Like we literally had to put the dog down because she was with shit.
See,
she was like, I don't do no cream in my coffee.
I would never come to your house.
You know what I'm saying? But my little puppy, he might see, even if you Mexican, he might be like,
nah, it might though.
He is racist.
That white skin.
So you got to teach your kids. I should have taught my puppy. So you got to teach your kids.
But like that's what I was saying though. Like on some real shit, like just being me, who I am, and how I'm raised, who I know, my friends, my kids. You got to teach that shit too. You got to tell them like at an early age. And I think like even in a perspective of a black family, like a young black kid, I think it should be something that's taught very early on. And I feel like personally, it should be something that's touched on a regular basis.
Definitely, and you're on both ends too, though. So it's a good thing. Like you said, you experience your family being like that, and you know you're not like that. Yeah. So you definitely got to
teach them both.
Yeah,
sides.
Teach them both. Yeah,
right. But not even both sides.
There are just like there are white people,
our side.
Yeah.
Just like there are white people who might wake up every day and say, "Don't you go date a black man." There are black people who wake up every day and tell their kids. Like Africans, they'll tell you, don't you bring, we don't play that shit. They will get rid of their whole child because now you want to breed. And one of my friends showed me something that their parents texted them one time, and they was African, and the father was basically saying, I seen you riding around the other day with a white lady. How can you, I mean, like, from me reading it, it's crazy because he was fucking dead ass serious. Told him, keep playing with me. We're going to get rid of your ass. He said something basically like, oh, you think you're going to get rid of our breed? They said we basically don't, you breed with us. That's it.
Yeah.
If you start making mixed babies, anything like that, like you killing our bloodline. Like he was dead ass serious. I'm like, damn, it's
like
crazy.
Preservation. They think it's more of a preservation standpoint.
And even though he did have a valid point, I get what he's saying because you got to think about it. Where they come from, they basically saying we want to make people that stand like us. They don't know nothing different.
Yeah.
So it's basically like, damn, this could be the love of your life. She not even like that. But then you don't know what that man have been through.
And to their point, an African that's conscientious enough to see, they live in Africa. They done seen the results of European colonialism and trade and shit. They probably, in their mind, they might be like,
way deeper.
Stop. Never
Yeah, like they was telling him like, oh, you out of here.
Yeah.
God damn, your family's gonna get rid of you like that.
Yeah.
But they say though, like eventually, it's like it's soon. Like eventually, all of the U.S. is gonna be mixed. Like I
feel like that ain't just black and white. You know what I'm saying?
Though.
You might see an Asian person walking around with a white person.
And I think multiple 100 years.
I don't know. It's a rapid rate.
But I feel like that's everybody though.
So
black people making babies with black
perspectives.
people, white people, Indian, Mexican. Like I feel like that ain't just got nothing to do with black and white. Because you gotta think about it. It's the people that say I'm Italian, African, I'm Mexican, a little bit of everything.
But they'll be black because we the dominant.
On the other side of that,
if you are made from any dog meat, you're black. If it's Mexican, whatever, I feel like because it's so dominant.
It'll be a diluted black race. It won't be the black race.
I can't say that because some people only deal with black people, so that means they'll make black babies. Don't think just because people mix a breed don't mean some people ain't gonna stay with just like the African man saying he's staying with the culture. His son might go make mixed babies, but guess what he gonna do? Make you a little black brother.
And it'll still be black people, but it'll be a smaller pool of us than it was as
black.
But I feel like there's a
black
complete
going
other
you black, that means you with us
though.
too. You might not want to say it, but baby, you're black.
Okay.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So whether you think it's a whole black, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you black. You got some
understand,
people.
it's white people out here now that will not. They not gonna mix breed shit. Same thing on the opposite.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, same thing.
But it's same thing on the opposite end too. And that's just I don't see it happening soon.
So am I racist if I never been with a white man?
No, absolutely.
Shit,
that means you have a preference.
I will say that, but the way I say it, I feel like it's just kind of harsh because I'm like, it's only two things I don't do.
Go ahead
and
and fuck your
white men and cops. But
I've never
slept outside.
Fuck your white man. You won't be racist no more.
Outside of my race, period.
Don't say that.
But I want to make your point right quick. Why don't you want a white man? What is it about a white man that'll have you
it's
like?
Different reasons because my most ratchet just don't even make sense reason is because I watch a lot of ID channel shows and when y'all let me speak to my brother over here.
Yeah.
When y'all
who are y'all?
Y'all
it ain't me.
Caucasians break up with people.
It's
y'all
Caucasian persuasion.
Is it just me? It's just me. You gotta think about it. Every show I done seen, it's like if I'm white and we married and we break up, I don't even want you anymore. I don't want the kids. I don't want nothing, but you can't be with nobody else.
That's fine. We gonna kill you.
I don't want to kill me. And plus, on top of that, too, is like no matter, even if I know you're not racist, and I'm not saying that if he look like the Aquaman, we can get it down.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, like,
you like Aquaman,
ooh,
like him.
He coming straight out the water
Samoan.
like that.
That's
we can
funny.
get married
He's
tomorrow.
But
like,
see, my like you, yeah,
but like if he got to have a little twang to him. I'm not because I'm from the country. I can't date like Hillbilly John that's out here in the field going mud digging. I can go mud digging with him. I just ain't gonna date him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can dig that. Like all my white friends, I used to be mud digging. I used to be deer hunting, all type
That's
of
fun, though.
jumping off the rock.
That's
Like
fun.
the shit that I experienced with these white
You
people,
like their
I can
lifestyle.
dig it. I can dig it.
Just not the
It's
intimacy.
not. You don't want.
But it's just like if I was a dating white,
You can see the veins.
is he gonna? No matter how much I look at him and
can see
feel
the
like.
veins.
Yeah, that's why I'm really scared. I don't know what that thing look like. Listen, I gotta think about. I like a man black as the gristle off the grill, and then I'm gonna go to some that's white as your shoe. I don't know. It's me. It's probably not even the person. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple white men try to get with me. It just probably wasn't the type that I was.
You need an
gonna
Italian.
go for.
You need an Italian.
I'm probably with that. Like the man off
probably with
365 something like that. He gotta have a little oomph to him because
Yeah,
I
you
feel
gotta
like
have an Italian.
I'm a little rough around the edges, so I could say something to him that a black man could just laugh at, and it's gonna hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm not the type of person, I don't wanna hurt my man's feelings, but I might say some shit. He'd be like, yo,
Yeah,
that's
you
like
gotta
so
be
fucking
sensitive.
racist. He might be calling me racist. But my number one question that would be in the back of my mind is if I made you mad. Like when you make a person mad, they say some shit. And I'm one of them people like, if I really rock with you, I'm not going there with you. The door is forever closed. Because once I open it, we never be the same.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I'm dealing with a white person, it's like, when you get mad, like, did you say it? How am I ever going to know that you didn't say it? Like, call me a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't think you like
Behind
it,
my back.
I feel like in my mind, is it going to be said? Because if it is, that's hurtful. You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
don't want to open the avenue to where you could ever deliver that fatal low blow to me.
yeah, to me,
That
that's
make
a
me
lie.
like,
It
fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Like my
behind
family,
my back.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't want to be like that. Nah, I don't ever want to be. But like I
Okay,
said,
that's
most of my family is mixed breed. So I'm not saying that. I'm just not. When I walk in the room, I just feel like I look for a dominant black man.
Yeah.
Now, I done been in the room and been like, yo, this man finer than a motherfucker. Like 2 days ago, I'm telling you, I am at my daughter's graduation. And I'm looking, and I'm like, telling my mom's white friend, I'm like, you don't see this fuck? Cause I don't know what to do with him. You know what I'm saying? My boy was to the T. I even got a video. I was recording him because I'm trying to put her on. She's like, oh, he's a, holy wholesome man. I said, girl, you don't know how to speak cougar? You know how to speak, open your Bible or something. You don't know how to speak cougar and say thank you, Jesus or something? He was
Better play
so
your
clean
motherfucking
cut.
part.
And I was like, that is the kind of white man.
So
that I would date.
let's talk about that. So who do y'all feel like as far as white people is invited to the black people cookout? Like what is the criteria?
The ones who just vibe. Like I feel like somebody who is a people person, you could come anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you can put a black person anywhere. They
So
gonna vibe.
name some.
I've always
name
been
some.
invited.
Who name some people?
Like famous
I've always
or-
been invited.
Yes.
Me,
You.
me.
The man,
Eminem.
yeah, you definitely.
Eminem.
I don't even.
Eminem.
I don't know. Yeah, but no, because I feel like he's a wigger. He's a white nigga. He
Right.
definitely has
Right.
had his moments to where, but like I said, may have been because he raised. I don't think necessarily he might have meant like calling if he called somebody a nigga like I don't like black people.
Yeah.
He just a nigga in his head, maybe
But
something like that. You know what I'm
listen
saying?
though,
But it's still
because
wrong.
Eminem came out with some racist shit not too long ago.
Yeah, and you know one thing about it is.
Like this shit all kind of came out like back in his past.
Yeah, of
He
course.
was-
You gotta think about it. I evolved. If I
He
was
said some
raised
shit
in
about
a
a black
house,
woman, too.
if I,
Yeah, and that's
you went too far?
the real
Did he
shit.
go too far?
He said some
He
shit
went-
along
he
the
went way
lines
too
of, okay, he admitted that he was in love with a black girl one time, and the black girl broke his heart. Exactly what you said. He crossed
So
that
fuck
belt.
y'all black women. What you mean? She fucking choice.
And that's the
He did exactly
If I
what you
go
said.
that way,
He
that's
got
the route
mad.
he took.
He got mad and said some derogatory shit about a
He
black
went too
woman.
far. See, that's why I said any white man, he gonna go too
and he
far
shouldn't
without
have
this
admitted it, in
mouth,
my
but he's
opinion.
gonna
There was
take
no
it too
reason
far.
for him to be
But
like,
he made a whole damn song. That was the crazy part about
ridiculous.
it.
Fuck.
Ridiculous. He shouldn't have
He
said
made a
that.
whole fucking song about
He
it.
should have took that shit as grade.